What are your thoughts on Tesla stock in the
Tesla?
future? I won't bet against Elon.
Is that
Elon, I know that.
is that the question, Drew?
I mean,
Or is there
Yeah.
another?
in general, this question has passionate people on both sides of the fence.
Oh.
What do you?
Elon. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I would agree. Betting on Elon's generally not a great idea.
Yeah. I'm not gonna bet against Elon.
Wait, betting on Elon? You both said different things.
Betting against Elon.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not gonna bet against Elon.
Got it. I would.
You would?
Yeah, I think he's too much of a loose cannon.
You think?
Yeah, I
He
mean, I
always
love
win.
Elon. What?
He always win.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, I wouldn't bet against him. I wouldn't short the stock.
Yeah.
I just, if it's in my, I don't own Tesla, and I have no plans of adding Tesla to my portfolio. I think it's too. I was actually thinking about this over dinner today for some reason, looking at how much Amazon stock I have, and I would pick Bezos over Musk. If I'm giving my money to somebody, I would pick Bezos over Musk.
Interesting. Huh. That's.
But I wouldn't bet against him. Like, I'm not shorting the stock. Oh, nice try, Drew. Yeah, I think it's too. I think it's risky. It's too risky.
Wait. You're saying that Tesla is risky?
No, I think Elon Musk is risky.
Oh. Okay.
But he always win, Evan. He always comes out on top.
Yeah, I don't know. Just I wouldn't give him my money if I had the choice.
And he's such a visionary. I mean,
I love that, dude. The big thinking is epic. Could I learn from him as an entrepreneur? Yes. Can I get inspired by him? Yes. Would I put my money into it? No.
He always pulls together pulls together the best team. He just always gets it done. Okay.
I would put it into Amazon before I put it into Tesla. And I love Elon. I mean, Jeff Bezos is a visionary too, but
yes, he is.
I love the visionary score. I would pick Elon. Giving my money to somebody score, professional management score, like he's liable to just like he gets into Twitter wars with people, calling people pedophiles.
But that's good for his brand.
I agree for
It's
like
good for his promotion, the whole 9 yards.
yeah, but he's not doing it as like a savvy marketer. He just
I don't know. Because don't some people believe that any press is good press, even bad press?
I'm coming, Drew.
I mean, the thing he did with Joe Rogan, there's people that didn't know who he was and now know who he is.
That's worth, Drew. Good job.
So once you get on people's radar, they say, "Oh, who is this Elon Musk guy? Oh wow! I mean, what country did with Joe Rogan? There's people that I already knew who Elon Musk was. There's people that I know that didn't even know who Elon Musk was, and they found out who he was because of Joe Rogan.
If he was just getting started, if it was a penny stock, I would do it. Like that's a good risky part of your portfolio to put in. I like that, but as a I think the upside of Tesla is still good and still promising, but not like if you bought it X number of years ago. Oh my god. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's just too risky. I don't think the upside is there to justify the risk.
You know who Elon Musk reminds me of? He reminds me of a present day Richard Branson.
No. I mean, I can see it. I can see where you're going with it and why. But
he's just not as adventurous and happy as Richard Branson. Richard Branson to me was always the happy billionaire. He was always the guy he had so much joy in life.
but
he's still here. So
Elon Musk does not look like a very happy person. Not that he cares about my opinion of whether he's happy or not.
But Richard Branson, like this guy is all when you see him interviews and laughing, it makes you, it's infectious. Like this guy, man, I want to meet this guy.
Oh, what hit me?
Oh,
Something hit me. I don't even know what hit me. I was far out. Anyway, my bad.
oh my gosh! What in the
Oh,
world is that
well,
damage?
Drew just died. That's not
Oh
good.
my
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, let's see. Gideon's response was, I think I said something like, thanks for the inspiration. And you said, happy face. And then he says, it's been amazing to see how he's just been able to manifest his visions, talking about Mr. Musk. And he says, actually, here's a question relating to Elon's good press versus bad press. Is bad press really a good thing? And then he said, Richard Branson, businessman, question mark. And he says, Elon Musk, product man, question mark. But here's the thing, Richard Branson, I mean, to create an entire airline, an entire record label, I don't know, Richard, and have his own island. I mean, Richard Branson, I just think both of them are amazing, but Richard Branson, he's somebody I want to get, okay. They both are amazing, but
I think it depends on what kind of, how much you're putting in. If you're considering it a high risk investment, then sure, go for it. If it's going to be a core part of what you do, then I don't know. I think there's too much. It's too coin flippy. In that maybe he figures out a way to go to Mars and then boom, he's on Mars. One way trip. Goodbye, guys. I'm not coming back. Like he would do that. No, but I'm serious.
Elon would do that.
Yeah, he would do that. He's already said he wants to go to Mars. Or somebody, like just you can see some.
We're gonna have a whole new civilization on Mars.
Yeah, but as a shareholder,
I'm pretty sure he's already stated that he plans on dying on Mars.
Yeah, as a shareholder, I'm not happy with my founder, my CEO, taking a one-way trip to Mars. I'm not cool with that.
Well, if he if he got other people in place.
No,
okay. Well, what about this? Steve Jobs. The biggest thing was like, oh my God, when he dies, Apple is going to lose everything. Everything was set up so well that when he died, the transition they didn't skip a beat. They didn't lose a beat. In fact, they're the richest corporation in the world now. So you can delegate, have the system in place where there's other people that can take your position and keep the company viable. Apple has made more money since Steve Jobs passed away than when he was alive.
I mean, their valuation grew by like $1 trillion 1 year after they hit their first trillion.
You're talking about Apple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything was in place. So we love Steve Jobs, a visionary, innovator, whole 9 yards. But, that just goes to show that if you have a great system and great people in place, man, it doesn't matter.
Oh, the creep block is real. Holy cow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always the case with Keyman, right? I mean, if we lose this person, what's going to happen? The visionary founder leaves. I think it's just, I'm not so concerned with Elon even leaving. I'm more concerned that he's liable to do something potentially crazy.
I think they have things in place, Evan, to prevent that from happening. They know who Elon is. They know he's like to be a little bit more of a daredevil, a risk taker, but they have things in place that buffers that.
I don't know. I don't think it's been around enough. Maybe.
Well, when it comes to entrepreneurs,
that's why I just wouldn't put my money in. That's all. Or if it is, it's a small piece of the portfolio.
Well, he's the most interesting entrepreneur out there right now.
Agreed.
The most interesting.
And yeah, for sure. And a lot that you can learn from him, for sure.
And he gets the most attention, whether it's a tweet or whatever. And that's how I kind of compare him to Richard Branson. Almost whenever he pops his head up, hey, what's he thinking? What is he doing? What is he saying? In the comments, he says Richard Branson creates businesses, Elon creates products.
I mean, Elon's built 2 companies. 3 companies with Solar
PayPal
City.
and all that. That's a business.
Well, he's got Tesla and SpaceX.
Yeah.
He's got Solar City. He did PayPal.
Yeah, he's amazing. So who else just came in?
I think honestly, when I'm investing, I don't like taking lots of risks with the investments that I make.
Right.
I take the risk by doing my business, and then when I'm investing, like I put a lot of money into. I've got half my money in the index funds, which is the, super safe. And then, well, super safe as long as stock.
Relatively speaking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go bonds and stuff. That's way too safe. And then half split right now between Facebook and Amazon.
Facebook, but you can't go wrong with either one.
Well, you could, but
Who's going to replace Facebook? Come on.
They're still run by visionary leaders. Although Jeff became chairman.
If Congress don't mess with Facebook and make them break up or change their
or Amazon too, and they have their own issues. Amazon's dealing with like labor union stuff, and there's always issues. But for those two companies, I don't see them as super risky companies.
Right. And there's such a part of the fabric of our lifestyle every single day. Then they're not going anywhere.
But Elon is the one that people like. Like nobody likes Zuckerberg.
Well, that's because but that's more because of politics.
Nah, nobody ever really liked Zuckerberg. Nobody
Oh.
loves Zuckerberg. It's like nobody liked Bill Gates either. People love Steve Jobs and nobody liked Bill Gates.
Well, I'm speaking from America. That's only because of politics. If they was able to keep themselves clear and away from politics.
No. The politics has just been a new thing. It hasn't been like this.
I don't
Nobody's
know,
ever
man.
liked Mark Zuckerberg.
I don't know. I know for a long time we had a big love affair with Bill Gates. Huge.
But not compared
My
to
Lord.
Jesus Christ. Not compared to Steve
And
Jobs.
Bill Gates only lost popularity when he started doing more stuff in politics. And then Zuckerberg, I don't know.
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg. But as a young guy, I mean, when the movie came out and they saw how ruthless he was, I'm like, but that's what young guys do. There's competition, right? So I don't know. It just, I just saw the tide turn for both of those guys when politics came into play. If they would have stayed away from politics or could have kept that out, people would have saw them just as business people. Politics change. It turns the tide on anybody.
No, I mean, Steve Jobs was always loved.
He never got heavy into politics at all.
Yeah, but Bill Gates didn't get into politics stuff until way after. People
Right,
love Steve Jobs.
And Bill Gates was admired even in hip hop songs. Bill Gates was like, he was cool until politics.
No. Steve Jobs was way cooler than Bill Gates. And Richard Branson's way cooler than.
But they wouldn't celebrate it in songs.
I don't know.
So I'm talking about in culture.
I'm talking about in culture too. I mean, great. So how many songs talked about Bill Gates?
Well, there's no songs talking about Steve Jobs or Richard Branson.
I don't know about that.
Zero. You're talking to a DJ. Zero.
Great. How many songs talked about Bill Gates?
I don't know, but it was way more than those two guys.
Okay, way more. Could be like 2. Great. That doesn't mean that you're popular in culture because 2 people wrote a song about you.
Somebody said Bill Gates was cool until they did that dancing show on stage at one of their events. Now, Bill Gates kind of fell out of favor a little bit when he got into politics. And what's so funny about that? A lot of these guys are in politics. They are in politics more, but behind the scenes, not straight out in public.
Sure.
They just don't make it part of their thing out in public. Like Elon Musk, he's not really heavy into politics, but let him get heavy into politics and see what happens.
He is. Of course he is. He's just pressuring the Right, even today, he wished that he's pressuring the Austin politicians to create more affordable housing in Austin.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. It's not. It's. I don't know.
But anyways, it's not. I don't judge who I'm going to invest in based off of a cool factor. I just would rather. I feel my money is safer with
The Warren Buffett method, right? Just safe.
I'd give it to Warren Buffett. I'd give it to.
No, he plays. The Warren Buffett doesn't do anything risky. He does. He kind of buys and holds. He just he's played the safe route.
Sure.
I mean, you can't argue with results. I guess you can, but I mean, success is success, right?
I think Elon Musk has the greatest capability of all three of those guys to be the greatest entrepreneur of our generation.
Wow. You said Elon. You compared him with Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg.
I was thinking Bezos, but sure, you could put Gates in there if you want.
Okay.
He has the potential. He's got the highest potential.
Elon. Hold on, Elon.
Kind of goes down to the question of what happens to life when energy costs $0
That's never gonna happen, though, Drew.
Like, I think he's probably right on the whole AI thing. Like him and everybody disagree on AI. Like I would. He has the potential to be the greatest.
I'm trying to get in my head. You said so. Elon's gonna be bigger than Mark and Jeff.
He has the potential. He's got the highest potential.
Elon.
I think of everybody. He's got the highest potential. But if you also ask me who's the most likely to, I don't know what the equivalent is. Like, who's the most likely to go bankrupt? Same guy.
Why would you say over Facebook and Zuckerberg? Why would you say that?
Say what?
That Elon has the most potential to be the greatest because those two guys changed the way we live and how our lifestyles and how we conduct our lives. I mean, Facebook and Amazon, they changed the entire game around the world globally.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that he's there now. I just say he has the potential.
Unless he gets involved with something social, like social media, I don't know how, because social media runs our lives.
Oh, but man, once you get into energy,
like I said, what happens to life when the cost of energy is $0?
But I don't think that could ever happen, Drew.
He's taking bigger bets. He's just taking bigger bets. Musk is taking bigger, bolder bets than anybody.
So big or burst, big or bust with him. Okay.
And he's got that. Even when he sold PayPal, I mean, I posted about this like a week ago. He sold PayPal, made 100 and whatever, 20 million. He invested the whole thing into those three companies, SpaceX, Tesla, and he had to borrow money for rent for an apartment.
But you're talking about having believed. I mean, that guy believed all his man.
But like, if it doesn't, and he works his face off to make it happen. Yeah. So he's just taking bigger bets that I think position him to be. He has the potential. He's got all the upside, but will he realize that potential? I don't know.
He's all in on nothing, right?
Yeah, and sometimes it comes up nothing, right? I mean, that's the thing.
He always wins, though. That's the thing. He always wins.
So far. I don't know. There's too much. There's too. I love him. I love how big he thinks. It's just not as safe a bet as I'd like.
Nah, he's too big to fail now.
No, of course he can fail.
He's too big to fail.
No.
Even a scandal could not bring him down.
A scandal's not the worst thing ever.
Because at that level, the connections he have, even a scandal cannot bring him down.
A scandal is nowhere near the top of lists of things that will bring somebody down.
Well, it can hurt.
Look at how many companies have tanked with great connections. Tons of people have tanked.
Well, I think also that because sometimes they're just stubborn. Like, look at Blockbuster and Netflix. If Blockbuster wasn't such a blockhead, Netflix would not be who they are today.
Sure. Okay, and?
Let me get back to the questions.
Right.
Well,
I think he's got the potential. He's got the highest ceiling. I think he's got the highest ceiling because of willingness to just take bold action. He's got the highest ceiling, and he's also got the lowest floor.
But I think he has a board that's in place now that can prevent Tesla from ever crashing and burning. There's things in place now where.
Well, like what? Where are you getting this information?
Okay. No, I don't have no inside information.
I don't know.
I think of all the companies, he's got the least. I think Elon does what Elon wants to do, and I think that's actually great in that it can get you where you want to go. I think that speed allows him to create where things that are put in place prevent professional management from actually getting.
And you don't think he's too abrasive with like you say, he's in the political game, but you don't think he's too abrasive behind the scenes? You know, he's not as diplomatic as Mark and what you call it, R.
He's not as diplomatic. No, he's not as diplomatic for sure.
Right. So that's right there. That's going to stunt his. That's going to stunt him from being the greatest entrepreneur right there. Because if you can't get along with politicians, at least behind the scenes, they can make all kind. They can do all kind of things too.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Mark, he plays both sides of politics, and so does Jeff. He plays both sides of politics.
I'm saying he's got the highest upside. Not that he's going to do it. If I genuinely thought he was going to do it with a high degree of certainty, then I would sell. I own stock to the other two companies.
Yeah, which is super smart.
If I thought that he was for sure going to do it, then I would sell both and buy Tesla.
There's two other guys who are extremely smart. Tim Cook, with Apple, and the other guy you hanging on your wall from Starbucks, Schultz. Very smart.
I would bet on Disney or Musk or any of these guys small, and then have a huge upside. Once they're big, it can't be a big part of my portfolio. And listen, I'm more conservative than maybe people need to be, right? It's my opinion. I think Elon is the biggest risk taker. He's the guy who's going to try to jump over. When people say you can only jump over 10 cars, you got Bezos and Zuckerberg are going to go for 20, and Musk is going to go for 100 cars. That's what he's going to do. But he might die in the process of doing it because it's too crazy. Okay,
I think you mentioned that EP Janini gave. I think at that time wasn't Disney like $2 million over budget for Snow White, but he believes so much in Disney's vision, he knew it was worth it because no one was creating. See, I was it's a different time because what Walt Disney was creating at that time, that was a brand new industry. Mm-hmm. It was pictures, moving pictures was going to be the biggest wave of the future, and they were right. Hollywood was right. All those guys that went there and took a risk to build those studios, they were right. Look at us now.
But this is the difference between venture capital and institutional investing, right? So like venture capital is high risk. You want to get massive results, big returns, change the world, and that's that. If I have a VC fund, I'm it's a little late for Tesla, but I'm put into guys like Elon Musk.
Mm-hmm.
But what am I using for my own savings for retirement? It's not Elon Musk, because here's what happens with traditional venture capital.
Mm-hmm.
They'll invest in 10 companies. They hope that one of them blows up.
Right. And then the other.
Yeah, some are walking wounded and the others flame out. But they don't know. They don't know who's going to be the one. They're invested into 10 Elon Musks.
But that's why you invest in the person, in the vision, right?
But they're investing. They don't know which 10. They think all 10 have the potential to do it. All 10 of them has the potential.
On paper, but if you meet the person,
they're meeting the person, saying if they're putting millions of dollars into somebody, they're meeting the person. It's not just submit your paper plan and here we go, $1 million.
Right, but okay, like you meet someone like Drew and you look in his eyes and you see that D stands for determination. You're like, this guy, he's gonna win no matter what. This guy is driven. That's what that D. So you would invest so much into him because no matter what, this guy is gonna win.
Yeah, I invest into people based off of heart. So then it's not always the smartest decisions because I don't care only about winning. But with
because
Elon,
like what Michael Lee was saying here, Zuckerberg has no personality. And my argument to that is that in business, it's almost better. Well, it depends. But sometimes it's good not to have a personality because then people can read you better. It's like playing poker. Like a guy like me, I'm learning to become a better business person, but because I can get so emotional, I'm so social, it's easier to read me. A guy like Zuckerberg, oh man, he's cold and calculating. It's hard to be the guy like that.
But
when it comes to business, not personal relationships, but when it comes to business, it's hard to be the guy like that.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Sure. I'm just comparing upsides, that's all. Upsides.
Yeah, this is preference. He says Elon certainly has the highest likability factor out of all of them.
Oh, that's for sure.
How do you measure success, though? Just their wealth or their impact?
Well, that's your own personal definition. But we were talking about investing. Where are you going to invest your money?
Right.
I don't know how we even got onto that, but that's the context that I was saying. I would give
the risk factor.
Yeah, I mean,
I think we started with what was your thoughts about Tesla stock? I think was
stock price.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So if I'm thinking stock price, it's like, hey, I'm trying to get a return on my investment. So I invest in. Listen, as long as it's not like against my morals, I'm investing in a company to get a return on my investment. I invest in people for fun and purpose and satisfaction and all that. Even like doing this stream is not a super smart use of time, but it's a lot of fun, right? So that's why I do it. But if I'm looking at company,
but it's also, but in a way, you are investing in people by doing the streaming. Because people come here and ask questions or have uncertainties or whatever, and by doing the stream, you're investing your knowledge and your wisdom and your experiences into their answers, which gives them a different perspective on how to go about their lives.
For sure, that's what this stream is. That's why I do it.
Okay, so Elon definitely is the biggest thinker, which allows him to set goals higher, setting the bar higher and higher. He has no fear and no limits, all in and no distractions. That comes to you by Michael Lee.
I don't know that he's the biggest thinker. He might. I don't know how to quantify that. I think he'll take the biggest risk.
Okay, and Gideon says Branson is more extroverted than Musk, but they both seem kind of in the middle of the spectrum. I would love Musk as my cousin, but I think I agree with Evan. I think that Branson, just at least on the outside, he appears to be a much more happier person than Elon Musk. But you can't. But Musk has to be happy. Anytime you're living your dream and you achieve your dream and you're living your dream,
I don't know that any of them are happy.
You have to be happy.
No, I don't know.
What more is there? Tell me what more is there in life? To wake up every single day and you're making $1 million and you're living your dream. How can life get better than that?
Happy relationships, happy health. I mean, there's lots. He's I don't know. I haven't talked to Elon, so I can't tell you, but I don't know how.
Well, I'm talking about from business. I mean, business and personal are two different things, but business-wise, you get to wake up every single day. You never got to worry about money.
What do you mean? He's constantly worried about money. That's why he's taking the biggest risks.
I don't know, man. When you're a billionaire, come on, man. You're almost a god. When you're a billionaire, you talk about over $1,000 million. You're a billionaire. You're like a country unto yourself.
I think you need to go back and take a look at Evan's IG and find his post on money as a tool.
I know, but that's a powerful tool, though, man. It's a powerful tool, man.
So is confidence.
Yeah, but capital might trump confidence. I don't know.
Wow.
That is
just wrong.
Right,
but
I know. I'm listening. I know I'm being controversial, but check this out.
Lots of people have money with no confidence and do zero.
No, check this out. There was let me see if I can say this, articulate this properly.
I.e., Zan needs to dig himself out of a hole.
Well, I'm trying to give an example to see if it makes sense, and I could be totally wrong. There was this argument. I was on a quote unquote panel about relationships a couple of years ago, and it was a guy panel, and they was trying to debate which is most important when it comes to women and attracting women and getting women and all this kind of stuff. And the guys were like, is looks more important than money? Is money more important than status? Is status more important than game? And then we threw in game confidence inside the game. And the guys who kept saying they was ranking them, right? And as they ranked them, they kept ranking money at the very bottom. And so when it came around to me, I'm like, well, this guy, he knows what he's talking about. He knows how to build up your confidence and teach you game and all this stuff and looks all this. And I said to him, I said, at the end of the day, guys, if you know game better than me, if you, I can, because I have money, I can hire you to teach me what you know. But if you have quote unquote game and confidence and you have no money, then it's just going to be a harder. There's a lot of things that you won't have access to, because money gives you access. Money gives you influence. So when it comes to capital and confidence, if right now, if a guy wants to say, Zen, I'm going to hire you, I'm going to pay you $10,000 a month, and you're going to be, and he doesn't have much confidence, but he has capital. He can hire me for $10,000 a month, and he has access to me 24/7. There's no way he's not going to become confident.
It happens all the time. Happens all the time.
But if you got confidence and you don't have the money, there's a lot of places you can't go. You can't get access. You can be confident all day, but you might want to go to.
That's fake confidence.
Well,
Zan, how many kids of rich people do great things? What page? Show me the page. They got all the access, all the capital in the world, and they hate their lives and never do great things.
Well, like I said, I could be wrong. So, okay. I just said, if you have capital, there's a lot more things you can do than if you only just have confidence and not the capital.
Sure, but given the choice, I'd take confidence over capital, because confidence will help you get the capital, not the other way around.
But there's a lot of hoops you got to flip through, a lot of things you got to go through, and it may take you a longer time to get the capital. If you already have the capital, you get the confidence like now.
Wrong.
Because you can hire someone who's already an expert in confidence.
Nope, doesn't happen.
You can hire a confidence coach.
Doesn't happen. If it was that easy, then all the kids of these rich people would go off and do amazing things. They don't. Well, and the number one thing they lack is confidence.
I don't know if that's a good comparison, because a lot of the kids, they could be spoiled. There could be a lot of things that's going on with them.
Sure, but according to you, all they need to do is hire a coach, and boom, it's fixed.
If they're coachable, oh yeah.
Okay, so
if they're coachable, I can quote unquote fix them right now. Well, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take that much to change a person's attitude if they're open and willing.
Then you got a big market, because that's the number one thing that they're struggling with.
Yeah,
they don't think they can measure up to their parents. They don't feel good enough. They don't feel like they can do something.
But coaching can immediately change that. Immediately.
So then, what's the problem?
Change their beliefs, change their perspective, and be. If they open up and allow me to, I can change that immediately.
So if you go pull up the Forbes list, look at the people. Right? Look at the people who've made it. Look at the people who've built companies. Mm-hmm. And look at how many of them got that company that was, inherited to them. Look at how many people have built their wealth after inheritance.
Right. Yeah.
So all the people that you're talking about are people who, Elon Musk, all these people are people who started from zero,
right, and
built the confidence up. And the people who had all the money didn't go do anything.
But you know what? Again, like I said, I could be wrong. I don't mind being wrong about this. But look, a lot of times, there's a lot of factors we're not taking into consideration. Look at rich kids as celebrities. A lot of times, rich kids got everybody around them number yes people, and they would not tell them the truth. They would not challenge them. They would not bring out the best in them. Everything is yes, and just catering to them. No one gives them a reality check or give them the truth about the situation. No one takes the time and says, listen, they just don't, because they're spoiled and people are afraid to lose their jobs or afraid to lose their positions that's around them.
Nobody's saying you're wrong. But what's easier to change? You can look at what's actually happening. What's actually happening? How many of those kids go on to then get?
But that's also because of the people that's around them. If we could get to them directly,
okay,
and help them change their vision and attitude.
Listen,
and get them
awesome,
clarity.
You're right. And what's actually happening? You're talking about what's easier.
Well, they're insulated. You can't get to them.
So what's easier? What's easier?
No. no.
Let's look at what's actually happening.
Right, but you saying I was saying that if you have the capital, you can become confident overnight.
But that's not happening.
Overnight, if you hire the right confidence coach, you can be confident overnight. Because the reason why I said because the right confidence coach is going to come in with everything you need to know, the systems, the strategies, the change in your mindset, all that comes in right away. There's just a process, but the result is immediate.
But all you're doing is talking theory versus what is actually happening.